I almost got scammed. And if that means that I almost got scammed, other people are definitely getting scammed. If you're new here, hey, I'm Allie. I've lost 130 pounds while taking a GLP-1. And if you are interested in talking to a doctor to see if a GLP-1 is a good fit for you, drop down into the description box, use my code for tryshed.com. It'll save you 30% and you can talk to a doctor and see how a GLP-1 might benefit you. Now, my mama didn't raise no fool. I also pity the fool that falls for this scam, because I gotta admit, it was a really good one. It was really good. It was this close to getting me. And as much as I know about GLP-1s, as in tune I am with all of the scams and gimmicks and the drama with telehealth companies, like as much as I know, they almost got me. Don't you worry, friend, because I'm going to tell you what the scam is so that you don't get scammed. And this one I found over on Facebook. It was posed as an article. Now, this is one of the areas where I personally feel like Facebook could be doing better. And for those of you who don't know, I used to have a huge, Facebook support group. It was a positive only group. And Facebook continued to shut it down multiple times for no reason at all. And we couldn't get it back. So I'm not a huge fan of Facebook. They make me mad. But this is one of the areas where I feel like they could be doing better. So just like when you're scrolling through your feed and you see various ads and things pop up, this one popped up as being from a news source and being an article written by a GLP-1 researcher. And I thought, oh, that's really interesting. I've never heard of that job title before. Let me check this out. So this person went into great detail to talk about plateaus. And that was red flag number one, because anytime somebody only talks about GLP-1s in terms of plateaus and how you can fix it and what you can take to fix it and what you're doing wrong, right? If that's all they ever talk about in relation to GLP-1s, you can go ahead and skip whatever that is because it's a scam and they're trying to sell you something. But this person was coming at it from the angle of they're a doctor, they're a researcher, they're a PhD, they are doing all of this research, and here is the data that was published. So I was interested. Don't worry, I'm going to save you from having to read the numerous pages of said article. So what was it that they said? Well, they said a lot of things that were kind of on par with what we know in the GLP-1 community, right? If you're undereating, it's a problem. If you're overeating, it's a problem. If you're not tracking your calories and you can't seem to figure out what's going on, you should probably track your calories. Things that appear on the surface to be pretty straightforward. Then they started talking about how the side effects were actually stress signals that were sent to the brain, and that the brain was actively registering those stress signals, which in turn meant it wasn't going to release fat because you were in survival mode. Now, a lot of times we hear about adaptation, and they address this in the paper, and then we hear about starvation mode, and they address this in the paper. But this was something totally new that they were talking about, where the stress of the side effects was keeping you from losing weight. And they went through all of the side effects, and their detailing of how each side effect was affecting your brain and causing you to be stressed were very compelling. I'm not going to lie. It was definitely compelling. especially for somebody like myself who is research based. So what were they saying? They were saying like nausea. Well, that is your body's signal that you've ingested something toxic or that something is wrong. And so prolonged nausea causes XYZ and your cortisol level to raise such amount. Then you couple that with not getting good sleep, and that raises your cortisol and then does this, and then this happens, and then your body is stressed. And then you're having sulfur burps, and that's an indication to your body. Do you see what's happening here? And they went through every single side effect you could possibly have on a GLP-1. All the way down to you're feeling blah and you don't feel like you have any energy. That's your body going into stress signaling, right? And then we get to the end and it's like, please read the full article with linked research here. And I'm like, I know I shouldn't click on this. I know I'm not going to be happy about this, but I wanted to know. Right? So that I could talk about it here because I can already see where this is going. Anytime anyone in a video says cortisol more than 4 times, anytime anyone starts listing out every single side effect of a medication and claiming that they alone have figured out the key to curing this, you can rest assured you can save yourself the 10 minutes that I went through all of this and just move on. Just skip it. Just keep going because it's a scam. So I clicked the link for research purposes. And of course it takes me to a website that is like all about propping up this doctor. Oh, research PhD. They know what they're talking about. Look at these credentials. Here's the PhD with a lot of books on the floor. Here's the PhD at her desk with glasses, thinking very hard while looking at a book. Here's the PhD holding a baby that's sick. They're doing good works, right? Like we've all seen this type of marketing tactic. It just continues to get grosser and grosser as the pics go on. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you going to be holding a puppy in the next one? Spoiler alert, she was. So I'm like, great. So I keep scrolling, and then it's like, congratulations, you've gotten to the key things that you need to know, and now we're going to break it down for you. And they proceeded to break down why you needed to purchase this ridiculously expensive supplement. In order to get your body out of a plateau because your body is overstressed. So of course I went and had to dig for the ingredients of said supplement. And you will all be delighted to hear that everything that was listed in said supplement, aside from saffron, okay, is located in your multivitamin. And if you are looking for an awesome multivitamin to try, then definitely go watch my video about the Whole Foods Mega Vitamin. They're fantastic. They always choose some ridiculously expensive main ingredient product and then they put it in the item like in very, very low doses. But they use that as the thing to like jack up the price, right? It's like, take this supplement. It's laced with gold. You need gold. Gold is good. Gold is expensive. But wait, once you finish with the gold, then come over here and use this cream with diamonds. Diamonds are good. Diamonds are expensive, right? Like, what is this? Why are we doing this to people? Look, I'm sure that saffron has some awesome qualities, right? People used it for many, many millennia to dye fabrics, to treat various topical ailments, right? Like every herb and kind of, of the earth product has its pros and cons. Why is it suddenly the cure for GLP-1 side effects? Spoiler, it's not, okay? Congratulations, I just saved you $120 a month. So what are the new tactics that you need to watch out for? Well, first of all, you need to watch out for research papers that are being posed as though they're being posted by the news. So this whole, to bring you full circle, I went back and found that news station, right, that was posting this article, when you go to their main page, all they post about is GLP-1 stuff, and it's not even a real news entity. Shocker, it's actually affiliated with the company that they're using to manufacture those supplements. So it's all-inclusive marketing, right? We're going to market this. We're going to claim we've got our own news channel on Facebook, and then we're going to make videos, we're going to make ads, we're going to publish papers that look like research papers, but they're not. It's all marketing towards people who are on a GLP-1, who have likely experienced a plateau, or they are concerned about experiencing a plateau. And they peppered it with just enough information for it to seem legit. Oh, researcher. Oh, doctor. Oh, let me talk about these side effects and how they could be stressful to the body. All of that made perfect sense. Listen, you don't have to tell me that not getting enough sleep is stressful on my body. I can assure you, I don't get enough sleep now at 41 years old. You have not seen cranky until you have seen this, okay? I used to be able to stay up all night in my 20s. Now, I don't get enough sleep. I feel like I'm hungover, like I've been hit by a truck. Please like this video if you know that feeling. My point is, we need to be extra careful when we're on the interwebs, when we're reading articles, when we're looking at things. If you get to the end of something and it is funneling you to a site where you can purchase something, that's problematic. And if somebody is only talking about plateaus on a GLP-1, that's it, that's all their channel is all about, please, please, scroll away as fast as you possibly can. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the ride. If you have questions or you are looking for positive support on your GLP-1 journey, make sure you set an alarm for Thursdays at 6:30 Central Time when I go live. We have a blast. If you have not seen the lives, go check out the live playlist. I hope to see you there. And as always, be kind, rewind, and be careful out there.